And in the previous session, we discussed about the parts of the leaf and the types of the leaf we discussed. Now, in today's session, we will discuss what is venation, right? Let's go with the leaf. It's an extension of the leaf only. And we need to talk about what is venation. Now, we discussed that if you see the leaf, what are the parts of the leaf? Here is the stem. This is the node. And from the node, which is a mature region, the leaf will arise this way. The three parts of the leaf are, so this portion is called as leaf base, and this portion is called as petiole, and this portion is called as leaf blade, or it is called as lamina. This is called as lamina. Now, on the expanded portion, the leaf lamina, if you see, there is a midrib. This is the midrib, which divides the lamina into two parts. Now, this midrib, from the midrib arises veins, and the veins will further split into veinlets. So, the arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina is called as venation. So, on the leaf blade or on the lamina, there is a midrib which is dividing the lamina into two equal parts. Now, this midrib will split to make veins. So, these are primary veins. So, what am I drawing? Means they are primary veins. Now, these primary veins will further split to make secondary veins. So, these are the secondary veins. The primary veins are further splitting to make secondary veins, and these secondary veins are further splitting to make a network, veinlets we will tell. Now, this network of veins arrangement on the lamina is called as venation. So, what is venation? It is arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina. Let us write down. Venation means it is the arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina. Here is the lamina. On the lamina, these are the veins and their branching is called as veinlets. This is called venation. Now, veins, what are they made of? What do they contain? Veins are made up of vascular tissue. What are vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. So, these veins, what do they contain? Veins are made of vascular tissue. Now, what do you mean by a vascular tissue? A vascular tissue comprises xylem and phloem. Xylem helps in conduction of water and minerals. Phloem helps in conduction of food. So, if we draw a vascular bundle, so here is the phloem and here is the xylem. This is a vascular tissue, vascular bundle, and this vascular bundle, where it is present? In the vein. And where are the veins present? On the lamina. The arrangement of these veins on the lamina is called as venation. Now, what is the functions? What are the functions of the veins? As we just now discussed that the veins contains vascular tissues, they contain xylem and phloem. That means veins will help in conduction of water, minerals and food. That's the first function. So, veins help in conduction. So, what are the veins doing? So, veins are helping in conduction of, because veins contain vascular tissue, they help in conduction of water, inorganic and organic substances, right, to the lamina or to the cells of the lamina. To the cells of the lamina, the veins are providing water, minerals and food substances. That is one function. And the arrangement of veins, if you see, it is arranging like a network to give support, means it provides mechanical support to the lamina. That is the second function. You know, veins, they provide mechanical support to what? They provide mechanical support to the lamina. This is another function, right? So veins are providing mechanical support to the lamina. Veins are helping in conduction of water, minerals and food to all the parts of the lamina. So these are the two main types of functions of the veins. Now when it comes to the types of venation, there are mainly two types of venation. The first one is called reticulate venation. The second one is called parallel venation. So the first one is reticulate venation and the second one is parallel venation. Now, what do you mean by reticulate venation? So, reticulate venation means if you take the midvein, so this is the midrib or the midvein. The midvein produces numerous lateral veins. So, this one are called lateral veins. This is the midvein. Midvein produces many lateral veins and these lateral veins will make veinlets and these veinlets will branch repeatedly to make a network, a reticulum-like network. Then such a type of venation is called reticulate venation. So, what is reticulate venation? We will tell in reticulate venation, the midvein or the midrib, it produces lateral veins. The midvein is producing lateral veins. For example, if you have to see, so this is the midvein and the midvein is producing many lateral veins, we are telling. So here is the midvein and it is producing many lateral veins. So this is one lateral vein, this is one lateral vein. So these are the lateral veins and the lateral veins are further branching to make veinlets. Now these are the veinlets, right? So again, these are the veinlets and now these veinlets, they are making a network. The veinlets are making a reticulate network. So these are all veinlets and they are making a network, a reticulate like network. Such a type of venation is called as reticulate venation. Such a type of venation is called as reticulate venation. So reticulate venation means the midvein produces lateral veins. I showed you these are the lateral veins. It produces numerous lateral veins and veinlets. Now the veinlets, so these veinlets, they branch to form a network. The veinlets are branching to form a network. The network is called reticulum. Since it is making a reticulum-like network, we call it as a reticulate venation. And reticulate venation is characteristic of dicot plants. Reticulate venation is characteristic. It is characteristic of dicots. Most of the dicots will exhibit such type of venation only, reticulate venation only. But there are exceptions. Science without exception is not possible. Now that means there are some monocots which show reticulate venation. Now let us take the exceptions. Exceptions means children, monocots exhibiting reticulate venation. The examples are smilax, aroids, diascorea. Now these three plants, smilax, aroids and diascorea are monocots but they exhibit reticulate venation. Actually, reticulate venation is a characteristic of dicots. Now what is reticulate venation? A midvein will be there, midrib will be there. It will split to make lateral veins and these lateral veins will further split to make veinlets. Reticulum-like network of the veinlets is called reticulate venation. Okay. Now what are there inside the veins? Vascular bundles. Now here these veins are bigger and when you go like veinlets and all, they are smaller. That means inside the veins, inside the veinlets, vascular bundles are there. So means in the primary vein, the vascular bundle, since the primary vein is thicker, the vascular bundle will be bigger. The veinlets and all are smaller. They are further profuse of branches of the veinlets. The veinlets will be tiny. Then the vascular bundles are also small. Means in dicot leaf, the vascular bundles are small and big. They are of various sizes. Okay. Now let's go. I think you understood reticulate venation. Let's go for parallel venation. In parallel venation, we will tell all lateral veins run parallel to each other. So in parallel venation, all lateral veins, they run parallel to each other. Since they are running to parallel to each other, it is called parallel venation and they don't form a network. Since they are running parallel to each other, they don't form network. That type of venation is called parallel venation, and I told you parallel venation is characteristic of monocots. So it is characteristic of monocot plants. But exceptions are there. Now that means there are some dicots which show parallel venation. There are some dicots which show parallel venation. Examples are eryngium and caulophyllum. Eryngium and caulophyllum are the examples of dicots having parallel venation. So parallel venation means if we take a leaf, monocot leaf, it will be like this, and this is the midrib or the midvein. All the lateral veins will run parallel to each other. See this one, this is one, and this other one, and this other one. So they are parallel to each other, parallel to the axis. Such type of venation is called parallel venation. It is characteristic of monocots, but there are two dicots which have reticulate venation. The two dicot names are eryngium and caulophyllum. Now this question, name the dicots which are having parallel venation, name the monocots which are having reticulate venation, is there in NCERT exemplar. So means it is there in NCERT exemplar means point to be noted. It is there in NCERT exemplar means might appear in the NEET examination. It's an indication that it might appear in a NEET examination. So understand it clearly. So what is venation? Arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina is called venation. Now what are veins made of? Veins are made up of vascular tissue. What do you mean by vascular tissue? Xylem and phloem. What will xylem help in? Xylem helps to conduct water and minerals. What will phloem helps in? Phloem helps in conduction of food. Now what are the functions of veins? Veins help in conduction of water. Inorganic means minerals and organic means food substances to all the cells of the lamina. Now the veins provide mechanical support. Veins provide mechanical support to the lamina. Types of venation, reticulate venation and parallel venation. In reticulate venation, the veins will profusely branch to make a network called reticulum. It's a characteristic feature of dicot. These are the monocots which are having reticulate venation. Now parallel venation means these are the lateral veins. The lateral veins run parallel to each other. There will not be a network type of organization, and it is a characteristic feature of monocots. But there are some dicots which show parallel venation are eryngium and caulophyllum. Again, we can divide the parallel venation into unicostate and multicostates. Let us do that. Now we will see the variations of parallel venation. Means we are still with venation topic only. After finishing this, we will go to the types of the leaf, simple leaf and compound leaf. So we are telling venation is of two types: reticulate venation and parallel venation. And again I told parallel venation is of two types. One is unicostate, next one is multicostate. Next one is multicostate. So in unicostate, we will tell there is only one midrib. The leaf has only one midvein which forms lateral veins. Okay, unicostate means the leaf has only one midvein. The leaf has only one midvein which forms lateral veins. Okay, so which forms many lateral veins. They form many lateral veins, and these lateral veins, they run perpendicular to the midrib. It is forming many lateral veins which run perpendicular to the midvein. Example with example you can understand it better. Musa means banana. Now if you see in banana, the banana leaf will be like this. So the banana leaf is like this. Now this is a midvein. Right children? This is the midvein. Now this midvein, it makes lateral veins which are perpendicular. Perpendicular means like this, like this. So these are perpendicular veins which are running, right? Perpendicular veins which are running from the midvein. So such a type of venation is called as unicostate. Unicostate is also called as pinnately. We can also call it as pinnately parallel leaf. Multicostate is also called as palmately parallel leaf. It is palmately parallel venation. Now, what do you mean by palmately parallel venation? In palmately parallel venation, we will tell like there are 2 or more midveins. So, we will tell here 2 or more midveins are there. And again, how are they distributed? Are the veins converging? Then that is called convergent. And the veins are diverging, then it's called divergent. So in convergent, we can take the grass leaf as an example. In the grass leaf, if you go, this is a midvein and this might be the other vein, and this is a, so 2 or more midveins are there. And after that, the main other veins will be there. They run parallel. They run parallel and then they are converging here. All these veins are trying to converge here. That is called convergent multicostate. In divergent, if you have to see palm leaves, right? So in divergent, if you have to see, then it is, the example is, we have to go with a palm leaf. In palm leaf, more than one midveins will be there. And see, this is one midvein. This is one midvein. This is one midvein. This is one midvein, another midvein, another midvein. And these midveins, you know, they are diverging from each other. They are diverging from each other. So then that is called divergent. So parallel venation means seen in monocots. Parallel venation means seen in monocots. Reticulate venation means seen in dicots. But again, we are dividing the parallel venation if it is having one midvein or many midveins. If it is having one midvein, it is unicostate and the lateral veins are perpendicular to the midvein. So this is perpendicular to it. Then that is called unicostate. If 2 or more veins are there, then it is called multicostate. Again, 2 or more veins are there, all of them are converging, then that is called convergent multicostate. All of them are diverging, then it is called convergent, it's called multicostate divergent. Example, this is called palm leaf, borassus. So we can take the example of borassus here. And you can take grasses as an example here, convergent. Rice, wheat, all the leaves will be like this only. So this is about venation, children. Hope you understood. Reticulate venation. In reticulate venation, so this is a midvein and here is the lamina. The midvein divides into lateral veins. These are lateral veins and the lateral veins will split. They are splitting and they are making a reticulate network like this. So they are making a reticulate network. Altogether, it will make a reticulate network. So such type of venation is called as reticulate venation. And reticulate venation is a characteristic of dicots. It is a characteristic of dicots. Whereas parallel venation, we are telling unicostate having one midvein, multicostate having many midveins. So, and one midvein, the lateral veins are perpendicular. So, it is called unicostate. Example is banana. In multicostate, so 2 or more midveins are there. All the midveins, if they are meeting up at the apex, that's called convergent. If they are diverging, that's called divergent. So, we can tell all this also we can draw to every corner, we can draw it. Okay. So, this is example of venations. Now, next topic we will see the types of the leaves. Let's go to types of leaves, the next topic. Types of leaves. Basing on whether the leaf is having incisions and whether the incision is touching the midrib or not, we can divide the leaves into 2 types called simple leaves and compound leaves. So, we will go with the first type of leaf called simple leaf and the second one is compound leaf. In simple leaf, we will tell the leaf is entire, or if incisions are there, the incisions are not touching the midrib. So, what is simple leaf? In simple leaf, the leaf is entire, complete. And if incisions are there, if the incisions are there, they do not touch the midrib. They are not touching the midrib. Now then you have to take it as a simple leaf only. Now if you have seen papaya leaf, such a huge broad leaf. So even though it is a quite big leaf and there are incisions coming out, inside incisions, but all the incisions are not touching the central mid-rib. So that means it is still a simple leaf only. It is one leaf only. So simple leaf means it can be an entire leaf and it can show incisions also, but the incisions should not touch the midrib. So how many types of simple leaves are there means the first type of simple leaf is called unlobed leaf. Unlobed simple leaf, right? Example is mango. In mango, the leaf is like this. So this is a simple leaf and no lobes are there. Now, second type of simple leaf. The first one is unlobed simple leaf. The second type is pinnately lobed simple leaf. Pinnately lobed simple leaf means lobes are there. Now we can take the example of brassica here. Now in brassica leaf, lobes are there, but the lobes are not touching the midrib. Now see, this is an incision. This is the incision here and here. These are incisions, but these incisions are not touching here. Lobes are there. So lobes are there on either sides, and the lobes are not touching the midrib. Then that is called pinnately lobed simple leaf. And third one is palmately lobed simple leaf. The third one is palmately lobed simple leaf. Now, example for palmately lobed simple leaf, we can go with what is the example for palmately lobed simple leaf? Yeah, we can go with gossypium, cotton. Cotton is an example. Now, what do you mean by palmately lobed simple leaf? Now, here at the tip itself, incisions are there, but the incisions are not touching the midrib. So, at the tip itself, if the leaf is there, at the tip itself the leaf is there and there are incisions, the incisions are not touching the midrib, then it is called as palmately lobed simple leaf. So, we divided the simple leaf into unlobed mango, pinnately lobed having sides, that is brassica. Palmately lobed simple leaf means at the tip lobes of the leaves are there, but they are not touching the incisions. That is about simple leaf. Now coming to compound leaf. Compound leaf means, so what did you write for simple leaf? In simple leaf, you told the leaf is entire and the incisions are not touching inside. Whereas in compound leaf, we will tell the incisions touch the midrib and they split the leaf lamina into tiny leaflets. Okay. In compound leaf, the leaf has incisions which touch the midrib. They touch the incisions here, they should not touch the midrib. Here they are touching the midrib and they are dividing the leaf into leaflets. They are dividing the leaf into leaflets. Now, based on the arrangement of the leaflets, we can divide the compound leaf into pinnately compound and palmately compound. Let's divide the compound leaf into pinnately compound and palmately compound leaf. Now, in pinnately compound leaf, now here this is the node and this is the petiole. This is the petiole. The extension of the petiole is called rachis. The extension of the petiole is called rachis because here leaflets are there. So, petiole will not be sufficient to arrange the leaflets. So, then it has a rachis. What is this called? Rachis. And the leaflets are borne on the rachis. If the leaflets are borne on the rachis, on either sides of the rachis, then we call it as pinnately compound leaf. So we call it as pinnately compound leaf. In pinnately compound leaf, so we are telling like the petiole extends to make a rachis. On either sides of the rachis, if the leaflets are arranged, that is called pinnately compound leaf. Neem is an example. Now, coming to palmately compound leaf. In palmately compound leaf, we will tell there is no rachis, first point. There is no rachis. When there is no rachis, then how are the leaflets arranged? All the leaflets are arranged at the tip of the petiole. This is the petiole, right? Here is the stem and this is the node. So, at the tip of the petiole itself, leaflets. So, here is one leaflet, another leaflet, another leaflet, another leaflet, another leaflet, another leaflet. So, leaflets are arranged at the tip of the petiole and rachis is absent. That is called palmately compound leaf. Example for palmately compound leaf is silk cotton. It is silk cotton. Understood? What do you mean by simple leaf? What do you mean by compound leaf? In simple leaf, incisions are there, but the incisions are not touching the midrib. Now, it can have lobes, it may not have lobes. Unlobed leaf, mango is an example. If lobes are there present on either sides of the midrib, then that is called pinnately lobed leaf. If the lobes are there at the tip, palmately lobed simple leaf. Now coming to compound leaf, incisions are there. The incisions are touching the midrib, splitting the leaf into leaflets. Now the arrangement of the leaflets, if they are present on either sides of the midrib, if they are present on either sides of the petiole, then that is called pinnately compound. If they are present at the tip of the petiole and the rachis is absent, that is palmately compound leaf. We can further divide pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. Let us see that division also. So, pinnately compound leaf is again divided into the first type is unipinnate compound leaf. Now, in unipinnate compound leaf, we will tell petiole extension rachis is there, and this rachis is called primary rachis. What is this rachis called? Primary rachis. So, this is petiole. The petiole extended to make primary rachis, and the primary rachis is not branched, and the leaflets are present on either sides of the primary rachis. Now, these are the leaflets. The leaflets are present on either sides of the rachis. Which rachis? Primary rachis. Then that is called unipinnate. Again, unipinnate can be divided into uniparipinnate. So, we will take a fresh board so that we can understand it in a better manner. Let's go. So, we need some space to draw the leaves to understand it better. So, we are with compound leaf, we are talking about pinnately compound leaf. So, under pinnately compound leaf, we are with the first type. What is that called? Unipinnate. In unipinnate, we are telling the primary rachis is not branched. The primary rachis is not branched, and the leaflets are borne on primary rachis. The leaflets are borne on the primary rachis. And again, if it is like this, if the leaf is like this, this is a petiole and this is the primary rachis. On the primary rachis, if the leaflets are borne and if the leaflets are in pairs, then this is called pari-unipinnate. Pari-unipinnate. They are parallel to each other. Parallel to each other. Another one is also there. Impari-unipinnate. In impari-unipinnate, we will tell if this is a stem, petiole and the rachis. Now, it has an odd leaflet. Means pairing is there, but it has an odd leaflet also. If the odd leaflet is also there, then that is called impari-unipinnate. Example for pari-unipinnate is tamarindus. Example for impari pinnate, unipinnate is rosa, rose plant. Now this is about unipinnate where the leaflets are arranged on the primary rachis. Now when we go for bipinnate, in bipinnate we will tell the primary rachis branches. The primary rachis branches. When it branches, it will make secondary rachis. Now, the leaflets are present on the secondary rachis then. The primary rachis branches and leaflets are present on the, where are they present? They are present on the secondary rachis. Then that is called as bipinnate. For bipinnate, if we have to see, this is the stem, here is the petiole. Petiole extension is primary rachis. So let me write down, this is primary rachis, and we told the primary rachis will branch. So here we go. So these are secondary rachis then. So what did I draw? This is secondary rachis. And what am I telling? On the secondary rachis, leaflets are present. So on the secondary rachis, like if these are the leaflets, if the leaflets are present, then that is called bipinnate. Right, children? So this is bipinnate, right? Now next one, tripinnate. Example for bipinnate is acacia. Now let's go for tripinnate also. In tripinnate, we will tell primary rachis will branch into secondary rachis will branch into tertiary rachis. So, the primary rachis branches to make secondary rachis. Secondary rachis branches to make tertiary rachis. And the leaflets are present on the tertiary rachis. The leaflets will be present on the tertiary rachis. Let us see tripinnate also. So I'll draw the picture here. This is the stem. Here is the petiole, and the extension of the petiole is primary rachis. Let us write on. This is primary rachis. Now on the primary rachis, so these are secondary rachis. This is secondary rachis, and on the secondary rachis further branching is tertiary rachis. So this is tertiary rachis, and on the tertiary rachis leaflets are present. If on the tertiary rachis leaflets are present, then that is called tripinnate. On the main rachis, if the leaflets are present, it is called unipinnate. On the secondary rachis, if they are present, then that is called bipinnate. On the tertiary rachis, if they are present, that is called tripinnate. Example for unipinnate with parallel, tamarind. Example for unipinnate with imparipinnate, rose. Example for bipinnate, acacia. Example for tripinnate, moringa, drumstick leaf is an example for tripinnate. Now one more thing is also there, that is decompound. So in decompound, we'll just tell that the rachis undergoes higher order of branching, primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary, like that. It undergoes higher order of branching, and the leaves are present on that higher order rachis. So just let me write down, the rachis undergoes higher order of branching. The rachis undergoes higher order of branching which bears leaflets. Example for decompound leaf is carrot, and next one is parthenium. Parthenium means it's carrot grass. So carrot and carrot grass are examples for decompound, means the leaflets are present on the higher order rachis. If the leaflets are present on the primary rachis, unipinnate. If they're present on the secondary rachis, bipinnate. If they're present on tertiary rachis, tripinnate. If they're present on the higher rachis, decompound leaves. This is about pinnately compound. Now let us talk about palmately compound leaves also. Let's go with palmately compound leaves also. Now what is palmately compound leaves? We told rachis is absent. Rachis is absent and all the leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. Now, if at the tip of the petiole, if one leaf is there, unifoliate. If two leaves are there, bifoliate. Three leaves are there, trifoliate. Like that, let's go with Palmetly compound leaf. In Palmetly compound leaf, we will tell the leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. Now, if there is only one leaflet present, if there is only one leaflet present, you call it as unifoliate. So, let me show you unifoliate condition. So, here is the petiole, the tip of the petiole, only one leaflet is there and it has a winged petiole. It has a winged petiole. This is a winged petiole. Now, this is an example of unifoliate. Example, if you can imagine, it is citrus leaf. It's an example. Next one is bifoliate. In bifoliate, two leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. In unifoliate, one leaflet is present. Here, two leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. Example for bifoliate is Hardwickia. Now, bifoliate means this is a petiole. The tip of the petiole bears two leaflets. So, this is bifoliate. The third one is trifoliate. So, it goes like three leaflets at the tip of the petiole. Three leaflets at the tip of the petiole. We know oxalis is an example. In oxalis, this is a petiole. One leaflet, second leaflet, third leaflet. If three leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole, it is trifoliate. So, tetrafoliate goes with four leaflets. Tetrafoliate goes with four leaflets at the tip of the petiole. Example for tetrafoliate is Marsilia. Now, how to draw it? 1, 2, 3, 4. One leaflet, second leaflet, third leaflet, fourth leaflet. Pentafoliate and mentifoliate are also there. Pentafoliate is also there. Multifoliate is also there. In pentafoliate, 5 leaflets at the tip of petiole. 5 leaflets at the tip of the petiole. Example is Gynandropus. What's the example for 5 leaflets at the tip? Gynandropus is an example. Now, example for 5 leaflets. This is the tip of the petiole. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One leaflet, second leaflet, third leaflet, fourth leaflet, fifth leaflet. This is pentafoliate. In multifoliate, many leaflets. Many leaflets at the tip of petiole. In NCERT, they have given silk cotton as an example. Right? So, for multifoliate, if we have to draw, let me draw it here. So, at the tip of the petiole, multifoliate means so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Many leaflets, right? More than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is multifoliate. So, this is about palmately compound leaf. So, we have seen types of leaf, simple leaf and compound leaf. In simple leaf, we have seen unlobed, pinnately lobed, palmately lobed. Under compound, we have seen, what did we see? Pinnately compound and palmately compound. In pinnately compound, we divided unipinnata, bipinnata, tripinnata, decompounder. Under palmately compound, we have seen unifoliata, bifoliata, trifoliata, tetrafoliata, pentafoliata, multifoliata. Unifoliate citrus, here is a picture. Bifoliate Hardwickia, this is the picture. Trifoliate Oxalis, this is a picture. Tetrafoliate, the example is Marsilia, here is a picture. Pentafoliate, 5 leaflets, Gynandropis, this is a picture. And multifoliate, silk cotton, more than 5 leaflets, silk cotton, this is a picture. So with this, we finished types of the leaf. Okay. So in the next session, we will discuss about leaf modifications. If you understood the lectures, if you like the lectures, you can like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.